for what it's going to be, the Italian Grand Prix. 5.793 kilometres, 153.36 kilometres this race is. 7 to the right, 4 to the left, 11 corners around the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. First hosted a race back in 1950. Has held every single race since, bar one, 1980. That was raced at Imola. Of course, one, I believe, was by Nelson Piquet back in that day. The smallest margin ever on this circuit came in 1971. Peter Griffin won on that day by 0.01 second. Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton hold the most outright victories around here, 5 apiece. Nelson Piquet with 4. Fast lap on this circuit at 121.046. Rubens Barrichello said that on that day in 2004. I don't think we're going to be seeing it here today around a very soggy Monza. Ferrari are the most successful race winner here with 20 outright victories. Next up, McLaren 11, Mercedes at 9. The title decided here at a grand total of 12 times. Last time 1979, and that race Jody Scheckter won it. Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly have both won their first races here in Toro Rosso and AlphaTauri, which is a Toro Rosso if you didn't know, 2008 and 2020. Are we going to see a new victory here today? Well, certainly we could be. Vitinho is going to be first up on the grid and is hoping for glory. Yuri in second. Newgarden had a risky. Sully had a king, and Jacko, Jess, Bazza indecisive. Kaya, Nevitt, Kamababu, Excite, and Jake is going to round up the grid then. Here at Monza, a circuit which is always going to be providing some excellent thing. 11 corners here around a circuit which is going to be hosting some exciting race. A one-stop strategy possible for those on a Joker, that being Jacko, and also I believe it might have been Bazza. I shall go and get that up quickly because I've forgotten just then. It was on the tip of my tongue and it's disappeared. So it is, as I get it up, who is the other driver on there? Joker, it is gonna be Bazza, so I was correct. But here we are then for the Italian Grand Prix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Yuri's got a jump start, but it's go here in Italy. It's a good start then from Yuri. Oh no! Cars off in the background, there's issues there. And who is that involved? Jess is involved, I think. We've got Kingan involved. Kaya looks like he's got caught up. Virtual safety car's been deployed, but already drama at the start here in Italy as Carnage has Kingan involved. We've got Kamababo, I think, dropping down the order with some damage. A few people overtaking, but already trouble here in Italy. As we can see an overtake going here between Newgarden and Sully slightly there, as we are under the virtual safety car in what is an extremely soggy race here in Monza. Never, by the way, what a storming start for him, up to 5th position right now. He has got an absolutely incredible start. Yuri with that penalty. That is the last thing he wants. Jess at the back. I don't know if she's got damage or what. She was caught up. Keegan there in the mid-pack. But Yuri in trouble up front. That is the real big issue for him. Vitinho in second, Sully in third, Newgarden in fourth. We are under the virtual safety car, and which is now the virtual safety car in. And we are back racing again then here in Monza. Yellow flags, and that is Jacko out of this race. And Jacko has dropped it. And well, that there, trouble for Jacko, who was with me earlier, and he's no longer with us. The man who was on his Joker, well, he's in the wall and out the race already, and that is real trouble for him. Yuri, a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. In comes Risky. Are we seeing anyone else in? Kingan in the pit lane as well. Vitinho leads this race from Sully, Newgarden. Then comes Nevitt. Bazza ahead of Camo Babbo. Then comes Jake sparring away with Excite around the outside. But all sorts of trouble here at the opening stage of this race. And Jacko, who was looking like he was gonna, well, he said he was hoping for a good race, out already. Vitinho, he's holding his line right now up front. We've got Sully there battling with Newgarden. Newgarden just holding his station right now, just taking it a little bit easy for him, but already drama, like I said. And there we could see Thomas Never dropping down behind Camo Babo right now. Camo Babo dispatching of Never. Here comes Bazza, and let's see Bazza around the outside and late on the brakes, and let's see what he can do. Oh, there's a bit of contact there on the brakes. I think they got away with it. Never's gone a little bit wide though over those curbs. This is the corner which has caught 1-2 drivers out nearly already in this race. He's not hopefully going to catch another one. In the background you can see a bit of a battle here. Kaya up in 10th position. Jess in 11th. Yuri with that trouble. Risky in trouble. Kingan in trouble. Is Vitinho up front leading this race. Sully second, Newgarden third, Bazza. There you can see Kaya making positions. In comes Kamababo, Jake indecisive, Jess, Yuri in as well for a stop, and I believe, yeah, that would be his first stop as well. Are we seeing more intermediate tyres I'm looking at? Yeah, intermediate tyres for all of them. And well, what already trouble here today. It's Vitinho now, Sully in second, Newgarden still in third, ahead of Bazza in fourth, and with the rain falling from the heavens here at Monza, well, anything can happen here. We've got a long afternoon, and at the first of all mandatory stops, by the way, and that is the first guys up front. Bit of sunshine jumping up. I don't know what the weather's going to be doing in the grand scheme of things, if it's going to be jumping to dry later on. We're winners, by the way. Thomas Never, 7 positions up for him. Excite is up 8 positions, by the way. Up 6 for Jake, who has got a time penalty. That is 5 seconds. 6 as well for the car of Thomas Nevitt. Excite, meanwhile, as there is Thomas Never getting awfully close then. And let's see as they come down the straight, as there in the pit lane is the cars of Sully and Newgarden. Then as they are in the pit lane, Iceman exits alongside that car, now up to 5th position. Never now in to 4th. And well, so far this afternoon, there is a lot of intriguing stories. Jess, meanwhile, in 11th position. Let's see what she can do as out comes Newgarden, right with Kamababi and Sully here into turn number 1. But Sully goes deep there over the curbs. It's going to be awfully close. And that's going to be a squeeze on the outside. He's just about giving each other enough room. And Excite off in the wall on the exit of the run. Yes, again, that's a really unsafe rejoin. That is a very unsafe rejoin. And 5 seconds for severe collision. That there was that will most certainly be Central Stewards Never going slowly, and I'm wondering if letting through, wondering if there was contact between those guys potentially, as it looks like Kingan's had it off somewhere as well. So a few people having issues here at Monza, but it looked like Kai getting really held up there as he's trying to pass Thomas Never pulling to the inside, not battling it at all, as Lee can see Thomas Never backing out of it, but Kai really got caught out there by Excite. That was a very unsafe rejoin, I must say, but it happens sometimes here at Monza. It's such an awkward circuit. We are in the wet, of course. I'm not surprised we haven't seen anyone in up front like Vitinho, Bazza or anyone. Excite, I'd surely imagine, might stop to get rid of that 5-second time penalty pretty quickly. Indeed, he will come in. Might have damage. I won't be surprised to see Kaya in as well, there's another 5-second time penalty for Excite as well, as in comes Thomas Nevitt as well into the pit lane. Newgarden ahead of Sully, then ahead of Jake, now back up into 7th position, as you can see. Risky with the fastest lap of this race. He's setting the timing screens alight, as here comes Jess, who's going to jump up into 9th position ahead of Excite and Nevitt, and might jump up 1 or 2 more positions later on here in these treacherous conditions here at Monza. Up front, Vitinho, he has got the aces up the sleeve right now, from Bazza in 2nd, Kaya in 3rd ahead of Kamababo, but Kaya a little bit wide right there. Kamababo might have a little look soon enough then, won't be here in the first opportunity, might be down into Ascari. Let's see, on board we are then. with Camo Babo, and look up the road. You got yellow flags as Thomas Nevitt has gone off on the exit of the first corner. Kaya there, not going to fight it too heavily as he lets past the car right there as up the inside goes Camo Babo. Kaya just backing out. He's going to take his own race right out. Doesn't want to get involved in any issues he's got. The cars of Newgarden, Sully, Jake all up behind him as well. Sully there, a slight mistake for him. This really could allow Jake to get a little bit of a slip to any opportunity he has to try and come through. He most certainly will take. Up through the gears, and let's see what Jake can do. As in comes Kaya into the pit lane to serve his first of 2 stops this afternoon. Bazza, of course, on that Joker. He's going to be staying out a long while right now. Let's see what he can do. He's currently P2, Patino P1. And a little bit deep there goes Sully again. This really might allow an opportunity. There is Kaya getting overtaken by Jess, as Jess is actually on circuit. Kaya is still in the pit lane, as here is Jake with the help of VRS. Let's say left or right. He's going to have to go to the inside line then. And let's see, late braking then for Jake. Let's see, can he get down the inside of the Della Rogers chicane? The answer is yes, he can then. And that was a nice little move for him into now 5th position. As there, Risky also passing Sully levels. I was taking a little sip of my water. As now Risky now into 6th position ahead of Sully in 7th. He's dropping backwards ever so slightly. And I wonder if Jacko will rejoin me in my little combox. Thomas Never, a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting meanwhile. Risky behind Sully, and you can see these guys spread out a little bit further down the field. Meanwhile, Jess getting chased down by Yori Hasselog, and then with that drive-through penalty he served earlier on, has done his first stop as well, as you can chase down the 27-year-old, and let's see what Yuri can do against Jess in the lovely Valentino Rossi livery, by the way. 2 liveries, by the way. Michael Schumacher, Valentino Rossi, both goats of their series as well, and let's see what the pair of them can do sparring away. I will not be surprised to see if Jess doesn't fight too heavily from Yuri. But let's see. Following, not only getting up the inside down into the Rogers chicane, but might get it through. There is Jess a little bit compromised on the exit, and through the exit of the Rogers chicane, I don't think Jess is going to fight this one too heavily. He's up the inside goes Yuri. Jess is released down into 9th position, as Yuri a little bit wide, might take up a penalty if he does that too many times, but keeps it on the island nonetheless. Don't want to go too wide. Sully in 7th. Battling meanwhile, Risky with Jake then. Let's see, Jake versus Risky. It's going to be the inside line pretty certainly for the driver for Risky, and Risky passing Jake then up the inside. Jake that with the help of Slipstream. He might try and come back in the braking zone. Can't quite do it down into turn number 1, into turn number 2, into the left and right. There you go. And they will just stay into position right now. The sides of there a little bit on the twitchy rear end there, isn't it? You're getting the rear end absolutely lit, but it keeps it on the road right there between those guys. Is up through the gears he comes. Behind him, Excite looking for a move. No safety car, by the way, in this race. 1 retirement. That was Jacko earlier on, who has said he's preparing to go to Paris in the morning. So he's going on a trip. Meanwhile, Thomas Never having all sorts of issues right there over the curbs, and that is a 12-second time penalty for him. He's really struggling on those curbs. I was looking through the field. Closest battle that is between Risky and Jake. And Jake, I must say, closing back up on Risky. Risky there with a bit between his teeth. We've got a car off. There is Excite, and that might be a safety car. That is the same place where he's shown so many cars. That's a big off in the wall. the front roll there. It's been kicked up, debris everywhere, and that will be a safety car. This will help Thomas Never. We won't be surprised we'll see the likes of Thomas in. We're going to see anyone in for the pits to try and get their stops in. We're going to see Speed Risky coming in then. And that is for his second stop this afternoon. That's a good strategy kill because... in comes Risky. And that's a good strategy kill for him there because he's going to be able to go all the way now pretty much to the end of this race. That is going to be pretty good for him. Are we going to see anyone else dive in the pit lane? It's going to be very close to being decisive and King on the exit. But Risky going to come out there in 11th position. Fire in 12th. Thomas Never in 13th. Up front, Vitinho leads this race. And remember, by the way, that is actually, sorry, my apologies, that is a non-mandatory stop, I will say, as well. But that does mean a set of slick tyres. A set of slick tyres. Well, that is a very bold strategy there. Bold strategy for Risky. A set of slick tyres for the man who's currently in 11th position. Now, I don't know if it was forecast to dry up, but this is going to be intriguing strategy call if it is. Oh, it is a penalty for Newgarden for speeding under the pit lane there. He was trying to catch up to the safety car. In comes Jake. I will not be surprised if you see the likes of Jess might come in as well. We know these guys like to communicate very well with each other. In comes Jess as well. And slick tyres. Slick tyres for all of them. They're all going for a set of slicks. It is drying up here. And I tell you what, Yuri's gamble here might have paid off. Sorry, Risky's gamble is really might have paid off because he's going to jump up quite a few positions here. A flurry of pit stops. Bazza, who is on his Joker, by the way. Vitinho in second. And Bazza's just got to stay out here for as long as he can. Up front, Bazza, Vitinho, Camo Babbo, Newgarden, indecisive. Look how it's drying up here today. Remember, this is the situation we are set with. It is drying, but the circuit's still slightly damp. Riding on board then with Jess, you can just see the slightly patchiness of the circuit is drying, but there's still a little bit of spray. There's a little bit of moisture in the air. Could cause some issues. You can see King in that. Slowing up right in front there of Thomas Never. Hopefully no damage between those two. I don't think they ran into each other. Kaya down the back as well. We are still waiting for the safety car. Should be in the next 2 laps. You're just joining us, by the way, live, or if you are wanting to check out the race, don't forget, if you want to watch all the action, you can rewind back to the beginning. If you've just got here again, this isn't live, by the way, so I don't know why I'm saying this, actually, but, nonetheless, this will probably get cut out, actually, now, because I can. Safety car staying out for the time being. We are waiting for Thomas Nevitt to catch the field up, so the safety car's going to stay out another lap. I tell you what, this is really going to hurt Bazza. This really is going to hurt Bazza, but he can't do anything. He's got to stay out because he can't stop. Because if he stops right now, he is going to be in all sorts of trouble. And whilst he stays out, longer he's going to be on these tyres, more it's trying, more it's going to be awkward for him later on. A bit of a glitchy there for Bazza as he comes through down towards turn number 1. But we are still waiting. That will be for Nevitt, Kaya and Kingan to catch to the back of the field. Safety car in this lap then here at Monza. We are just waiting for the last car, Thomas Nevitt, to catch up to the back of the field with, we believe, damage on his car from my sources. But up front, Bazza from Vitinho, who's going to have to try and hold off absolutely everyone as early as he can. Now, I've seen issues before under the safety car restart. It's very easy to do, especially on these intermediate tyres on a bone-dry circuit. Here is going to be Bazza. Wait. No, you can go around about now. Indeed, he does. As a few people, they're getting a very good start. But Bazza leads them way then from Vitinho. Camo Babel, they're battling then as they go 2 or 3 abreast. A little bit of weaving down the straight as everyone slots themselves into the first corner. Going wide there over his, I believe, new guns. They slot themselves through into the first corner side by side then as they all slot themselves up there. Camo Babel, there's 3 abreast there as onto the grass goes, I think, Vitinho. Bazza just about trying to hold on to this then, as he almost tossed that into the Curva Grande, down into the Roger chicane, and I think it's a super move. It's going wide there and off the circuit. Risky, I believe, going off the circuit as he rejoins just inside the circuit. I think they're just in the background having an issue potentially. There's going wide as well. There's Sullivan, and big trouble, Risky involved, and a huge drama right in the middle of the circuit. Just about gets going again, but I think that is Yuri out of the race. They're here in the Italian Grand Prix, your championship leader, as the Speed Brothers come together, and safety car is deployed, and this is just big trouble for Bazza right now. Well, Camababo leads this race. Are we going to see anyone in for any damage? Well, certainly we'll see Yuri in the pit lane. We're going to see Indecisive in, Yuri in. We've got Tyre in as well. Those 3 believingly caught up in that at the start of this second restart then. It's Indecisive getting off those set of intermediate tyres, I believe, actually. Right there, he's done a non-mandatory stop, a non-mandatory stop for Risky, a non-mandatory stop for Kaya as well. And like Vitinho got together then with a few people, so trouble there down at the back. I did 100% catch it. We caught the end of it right there, but trouble right so far is over the Cubs. Risky, he might have some floor damage, I will say. Some trouble, some drama here at Monza. And not for the first time we've seen drama at Monza. This promotes Camababo up to the lead of this race. He has done 2 stops so far, though I believe he's only done 1. Vitinho, meanwhile, has done 1 stop. Spazza, by the way, is probably screaming inside this cockpit. Let me in! Let me in! He's saying. He's staying out on these intermediate tyres, and they're going to be struggling. They're going to be struggling. Jake in 4th, Sully in 5th, Newgarden, King, and Never, Jess, Indecisive, Kaya, and Risky down the back. We are under safety car currently here, and that was for an incident just a few moments ago then, with Yuri and Risky potentially involved there. Might have been Vitinho, indecisive, involved with an incident with Kaya as well, but some trouble at the start of this race. As Vitinho being an AI there, and he's not meant to do that. Safety car in this lap for the second time this afternoon. And it is Camo Babo who will lead the field again then for Vitinho. Behind them, Baza. Now, we did see an incident at the start of the race for the second time. Let's hope this time around we'll get a little bit better. We've got 13 laps here to go here in Monza. It's all about right now waiting your time, waiting the moment, and Vitinho, Camo Babo them, and they're all getting excited, all getting ready to go. They're almost pulling alongside each other then. It's almost like two abreast then. As they come up to line, they're all just trying to get ready to go. Wait, and now you can go. As a good start there for Newgarden. He's jumped that very early. I think he might get himself. And there's 4 abreast. This is all going to end in tears, boys. And look at this. They're so close. How has no one touched? There's a 3 abreast. There is contact. There's never going off the circuit there. As there's more contact on the exit. They all just somehow avoid each other right there. How was no one involved in that? I will never know. But it's Camo Babo leading this race. Here comes Vitinho on the outside. Late braking. Can he get around the outside? No, he can't. But the inside they're trying. As further down the field, Bazza over the curbs. And this is really big trouble right now for Bazza. He's trying to cover off Jess. And he's trying to do whatever he can on these warm tyres. As off there, Thomas never going wide. Up the inside goes Jess on Thomas on Bazza. And Bazza's just dropping down and down and down. He's just got to hope that no safety car comes up so he can get in the pit lane as soon as he can. But Camo Babo leads this race from Vitinho. Then comes Newgarden and Kingan ahead of Jake. Then comes Risky. Then comes Sully ahead of Never. Jess indecisive. And then, of course, Bazza and Kaya. And it's going to be Kaya, then Bazza. Running wide there a little bit. Camo Babo for the last corner, but everyone just about keeping it on the island. In comes Vitinho to do his second stop this afternoon. In comes Newgarden to do his second stop. In comes Risky. Sullivan stays out. In comes everyone else as well coming in as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Bazza in as well. And I imagine for a set of soft tyres right there. Camo Babo leads this race. Keegan, Jake, Sully, Jess now up to 5th. Done the 2 stops, but has got to do 1 more this afternoon. So pretty much everyone who was not just stopped right there. I think Risky, Never, Bazza are safe. It's very confusing right now. I'm not 100% certain who's exactly where. We will have to double check it. Up front, meanwhile, is Bazza up the inside of Thomas. Never there, and, well, that got a little bit too close to combat. Never really struggling this afternoon, by the way, with whatever issues he's got in the car. It's just not looking as... Oh, Bazza, big mistake! And oh dear, and that's the wall for Thomas. Never had to try and avoid Bazza, who bounced over the curbs right in front, as there is indecisive there. Battling with Kaya, and go on Kaya up the inside, and he's got the move done. There's a bit of contact. Oh, there's a bit too much contact there. Kaya going off the road there as he rejoins, as here's Jess battling with O'Sullivan. Jess then trying to get past O'Sullivan then, and this for 4th position up the inside. Covers a cross right in front, and how those two don't touch there, I don't know either. This is turning into a great battle here as in comes Newgarden then for his stop. New set of tyres, on goes another set of softs. Back out they go. In between meanwhile, you got Kingan and Jake, 3rd and 4th, as out comes Newgarden down in 11th position. Kingan and Jake close together down in there. We've got a yellow flag as Thomas Nevitt going slow. Safety car deployed, and that is there, the car of Thomas Nevitt with no front wing, and this is completely and utterly made a issue here for the likes of Jake Jess. They should have came in when they had the opportunity to. I tell you what, someone like Kaya right now on their 3rd stop, I believe they've got to do one more. Bettino, I believe, is, I don't know really who's doing where, but issues there is, this is absolute carnage. In comes Thomas Nevitt then to get a new nose this afternoon. A 5-second time penalty for him as well. That is 17 seconds. Unfortunately, so far for his afternoon. I tell you what, this is really going to help Bazza and Newgarden. The sun is out here today. As we look then to see who is currently doing what, and I tell you what, I don't really know who is exactly on what strategy and where, because it's a very up and down afternoon. Cameron Babbo leads this race still. We are on lap 20 of 27. We are just waiting for Thomas Nevitt to catch the field. He's had a rather awful afternoon, I will have to say. He's had a lot of issues, of course, with damage, with, you believe he might have some floor damage at some point. He went off, you believe, at the parabola, well, this corner down here. He definitely doesn't seem like he's got the car working how he wants to. Is he going to mount the curb again? He's definitely struggling this afternoon. It's a real shame to see with some floor damage. Safety cars should be in next lap. And on a day like this, I don't know exactly who is where and where is who. What I will say is Kamababa Kingan, Jake Jess, Sully Indecisive, I believe will have to stop again. Kaya, I believe, has to stop again. Vitinho, I believe, might be safe. Bazza is safe because he's on his Joker. Risky, Newgarden and Nevitt are all safe as well. Potentially Nevitt, actually, I think not safe. I think he has to stop again. Safety car in this lap now for what is the third time this afternoon. Camo Baba will lead them away then from Jake, Kingan, Jess. And it's still going on right now. We are waiting for Camo Barrow. And now we can go then. We are going. It looks like Vitinho there got a mega start. Oh, they almost touched on the straight. 10-second time, but a risky speeding on the... Speeding as well, exceeding track limits. They come down towards turn number 1. Who's going to make it? Jay, contact there. Contact as well behind. King involved as there's all sorts of mayhem. At turn number 1, it's happened again. Contact there with Jake involved. There's a few cars in the back struggling as well. As Vitinho definitely came a cropper. As Vitinho leads, Jake leads, Kamababo, King, and then Jess in third. Kaya up to fourth, battling up the inside there. Bazza getting past. Kaya having to take the escape road. He's had no opportunity and is letting everyone through by the looks of it as well. But Vitinho leads this race still then from Jake Kamababo in third. A few people look like they jumped the start. We are just waiting for a few people to stop at the end of this lap. We should be seeing the likes of Jess. Here's Bazza to have a look. Len up front. Here we've got Camo Babo battling with Jake. Vitinho got a mega start, by the way. I don't know if he jumped it or not, but by howdy was it a good start for him as we ride on back through the field to see if anyone's making any manoeuvres. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th all staying in position. We are now expecting a flurry of pit stops within the next few seconds. Jake in the pit lane, in comes Kamababu, in comes King, and in comes Jess. Bazza stays out, Newgarden stays out, and this is what we were fearing was going to happen. In comes Indecisive, Kaya stays out. I don't know if Kaya's safe or not. I don't know if Thomas Nevitt is safe or not either. We've had a lot of drama, as you can see over the curbs, and that is Thomas Nevitt having all sorts of trouble yet again. But Vitinho leads from Bazza, Newgarden in third. As everyone hold station right now then, as the flurry of pit stops. And I tell you what, in any line of form, we could still see a win. And Vitinho, my goodness, out of the race here in Italy. And that is the safety car. Safety car has been redeployed. And my, oh my, look at that debris right in the middle of the circuit. And they're all going to have to be careful. They don't get damaged. They don't get debris. And I tell you what, this is really going to help all these drivers who have just stopped. And Vitinho, who dropped, it looks like, on the exit of the Lesmo 2. And now we've got a real dilemma. Who is doing what? And puncture for Thomas Nevitt right there. And running over debris, we believe. Has anyone else got a puncture or anything? I don't seem like anyone else has got a puncture. But in comes Thomas Nevitt. That's a non-mandatory stop, I will have to say. And this is all going to promote more people up the order. And safety car will be in at the end of next lap. Maybe at the end of this lap, 25, 26, 27. Might be the end of this lap, actually. It might be in. It will definitely be the end of the next lap otherwise. And this is where everyone's going to be making a flurry of overtakes and just getting all their moves done as soon as possible. But Thomas Nevitt having a puncture into the pit lane now for what is the 5th time this afternoon for him. And what has been an afternoon of many ups and many downs. I do not have a clue who is doing what. And I do clearly not have an idea of who's doing what. Safety car will be in next lap. We will have a 2-lap sprint then to decide the winner of the Italian Grand Prix. It's 2020 Monza. We've seen it before. It's like a sprint race. It's from like Baku from last year. This is all going to be very spicy. We've got 11 drivers, but there can only be one winner here at Monza. And the one winner, it could be Bazza, it could be Newgarden, Risky, Kaya, Kamobabu, you never know. Could be Jess, Sully, Jake, Indecisive, Keegan, Nevitt as well. Safety car will be in this lap. Just waiting for the safety car, which should be in this lap. Here we are then, a 2-lap showdown then, and it's going to be who is going to win here in Italy. We have got no DRS will not be enabled, so it's all going to be about slipstream DRS. It's not going to happen for DRS, it's all going to be about slipstreaming though. And you've got to wonder who is going to be doing what start at this race. We've seen issues before where 1 or 2 people have jumped early. Baz has got to time it well, though. He's got to be careful. Through comes Bazza. And let's see what they can do then. Ready, ready, ready. And now you can go racing then. Here in Monza. And it's a good start from Risky then. Looking back then. From the behind of Bazza as he comes out towards turn number 1. Who's it going to be then? Is that a big Risky? Looking up the inside then on the car. Is one car going wide? Very wide. This car going off the road. On the exit as everyone slots themselves through. Bazalo, he's going to lead them away then through as they come down towards the Ruggier chicane then for the first of the last 2 times then this afternoon. It's Bazza from Risky. Newgarden from Capababa. Then comes Sully. Just there ahead of Jake. Battling way there of Kingan as well as Indecisive, Nevitt and Kaya. But Bazza, as here is Risky then. Looking behind. Stalking his prey up the road. Bazza, who is driven sensationally so far, was on the intermediate tyres. He's going to have to do a stellar defence. As here comes Risky. He's not going to do up the inside into the first of what is going to be 2 opportunities, but he goes wide. He was almost on the grass. They've touched, and Risky in the wall. Risky out of the Italian Grand Prix when he didn't need to. He is out here in Italy. As now here comes Newgarden on the inside of the Parabolica, and this is where it's all going to be very close between these guys. Bazza is out. Here comes Camo Babolo to try and snatch the lead here in Italy. Bazza's going to use all the ERS he can do. Is it going to be a late move? He's not going to do it right now. Behind as well, Jessler lining up a move on the outside of Sully as there's contact behind. I think Jake running into the rear there of Jess, getting a good exit between those 2. Here is Bazza. Camo Babo in second. Here's Newgarden going to have a look then on the inside. Thinks of it, not going to quite do it down there. Basilo just holding the line, just holding station right now. But gets a bad exit. But there's nowhere through right now. There's just nowhere through right now. This is turning into a stonking drive. He's got half a lap to do. The rear end steps out. It's going to be all about using the ERS. It's going to have to be a last lap lunge. Is Camo Babo going to take a risk here? Is he going to try it? He's not going to be doing it right now. Baz has had a terrible exit here the last couple of laps. Needs not to do so this time. It's all going to be about who gets a good exit. Here comes Newgarden. He's almost on the grass. Down into the last corner. He is on the grass. They've hit each other. And that might be an issue there. He's letting him through. Newgarden. Oh, he goes too deep. He almost hits the back of Bazza. He's going to lose the rear. He's going to lose the rear. Into the wall of the last lap. Here comes Jake. Up to the line. He gets third. Sully in fourth. Jess in fifth. King and Sig from Indecisive Newgarden. Never did Kaya. My goodness. Kaya crosses the line in 10th position. But what on earth just happened there? There was contact, more contact. Jake somehow got 3rd, Sally 4th, Jess back in 5th as well. King and indecisive Newgarden. Never Kaya in 9th. Jake with the driver of the day. Basil wins then from Camo Babu. Jake in 3rd, Sully in 4th, Chess ahead of King and indecisive Newgarden, Nevitt, Kaya, Risky, Vitinho, Yuri, Excite and Jacko, your top 15 there. My driver of the day, I'm going to have to give it to Jess. I'm also going to give it to Jake, Camo Babu, and also Bazza as well. Those are my 4 driver of the days. And on that note, I have been Evil. Thank you for watching here today. Until next time, take care and goodbye.